and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion carries. We can go into executive session. I'll entertain a motion to come out of executive session.
Motion.
I've got a motion.
Second.
I've got a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion carries. We are out of executive session. I will certify that executive session. Whereas the Tazewell Town Council has convened an executive session on this date pursuant to an affirmative recorded vote and in accordance with the provisions of the Virginia Freedom of Information Act, and whereas 2.1-344.1 of the Code of Virginia requires a certification by this council that such executive session was conducted in conformity with Virginia law. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the Tazewell Town Council hereby certifies that, to the best of each member's knowledge, one, only public business matters lawfully exempted from open meeting requirements by Virginia law were discussed in the executive session meeting to which this certification resolution applies, and two, only such public business matters as were identified in the motion convening the executive session were heard, discussed, or considered by the Tazewell Town Council. I'll do a roll call vote. Councilmember Takish.
Here. Yes.
Aye.
Aye. Sorry.
Councilmember Ging.
Aye.
Councilmember Corn. Aye. Vice Mayor Hankins.
Aye.
And Councilmember Willis.
Aye.
All right. Certification is complete. We've already called the work session to order. So next on the agenda is to Recreation Committee appointments. I'll entertain a motion to nominate folks for appointment to the Recreation Committee.
I'll make a motion. What's his first name? Spivey?
Dustin.
Dustin Spivey and Shay Moore to 3 years. Narek Shepard to 2 years. And Amy Childress to 1 year on the Recreation Committee.
Okay.
I'll second that.
I've got a motion and a second. Before we move forward, do we need to, should we go ahead and have a motion for those other two positions as well? Okay. Would you like to amend your motion to include those other two spots?
So I'll amend my motion with Spivey Moore with 3, Shepard with 2, Childress with 1, and then we would have a sitting council member, which at this time we don't know who that'll be, and a YMCA member for whoever is who hired to that position,
Program
director, and then of course Mr. Hicks would be on the board as well. That's my motion.
I'll second that.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So I think we
Details.
jumped through the hoops correctly, right? All right. So I've got a motion and a second. Any discussion?
We need to set term dates or?
He did.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I said the 3.
I mean,
Well, actually commencing now. Yeah, I guess that needs to be amended too. And
So would that be from
we
today's
did
date?
discuss that.
Well, if they accept, I guess. Or-
Do we want to do it
Calendar year.
effective now through December 31st of the years?
Yeah.
And we can just reappoint as we reach
Because
out
council
to
members
other.
will change.
Yeah,
it.
that way we don't have to remember
Yeah.
what arbitrary date
Yeah. So the 1 year would end December 31st
of this year. Yeah.
of this year. Okay. All right. And I think we're good with everything that we've said, just like that, right? We don't need to amend anything. Okay. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. All right. Motion carries. Now, manager reading, you have the floor for the budget work session.
I have been preparing their FY27 budget. I actually have a draft of everything finished, balanced, budgeted. However, there is something that I would like to go over first because it could change the way I've done our budget. So Jessica and I had took some time and went over our rates. So that's where I would like us to spend some time tonight is to just go over the rates that we currently have. And when I say rates, I'm not talking taxes. I'm not recommending any kind of tax increase. These are just optional fees that citizens would pay if they choose to do so. I'm just about sure that these rates have been mostly the same since I have came here 20 years ago. Most of them. So I do think that it's time that we look at some of our rates and possibly increase them a little bit. So this is for the Lincolnshire Pool and Splash Pad. We do operate the pool every day of the week, splash pad every day of the week. The aqua park is on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday through Thursday, the pool and splash pad, you have a $4 admission currently. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you also include the aqua park in that. And it is also at a rate of $5 currently. And what I would like to propose is that we up the pool and splash pad Monday through Thursday from $4 up to $5. And then the Friday through Sunday, pool, splash pad, and aqua park, up that to $7.
Is that, so that revenue FY, that's showing that revenue loss because of the price?
That is
the
how
cost
much-
on this?
That's how much we've taken in.
Okay,
And because you're a little new.
sorry.
So this is for you and Glenn.
Okay,
Our budget year runs July 1 through June 30.
sorry, yes.
So the fiscal year, FY fiscal year 25 was from July 1st of 2024 through June 30th, 2025.
Okay, that makes sense.
So that's a full year. The revenue for FY 26, that's just a half
Just
year
a
so
half.
far.
Okay.
So,
I already said, I was like, did the cost go up?
so actually, if you take that, double it,
Yeah.
we're set to get about $32,000.
Okay.
So,
Have we seen the cost go? I mean, like,
Well, we got minimum wage and
minimum
Yeah.
wage is going to go up. I understand $15 an hour by 2028.
God.
So I know that doesn't affect us right now. And minimum wage did just go
It's
up.
$12.70, it's
It
$12.77.
did.
Yeah.
But
Paying my
looking
teenagers.
at the future, this is some things that could really affect us.
yeah, I think
I don't think $5 is.
rates in general, like, I hate increasing rates, but the fact of the matter is if your cost of goods continues to go up and you keep charging the same thing,
Yes.
and it costs you more to do that same thing, eventually we're not trying to make a bunch of money as a town. We want to break even
So
in the long run, right?
Yeah.
the price of operating your pool, the electricity has went up, pool chemicals have went up.
Yeah.
Just that type of thing, and we haven't really raised rates a whole lot.
What does that look like? Is that a net loss for us, the pool, or are we coming out
We
of-
don't really make money.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not set up to make
No,
money.
but I'm just saying.
It's more of an attraction.
It is. Do you by any chance have a budget with you, Ralph?
I don't, I can get one.
If you don't mind, I will get that and I'll
No,
send it out in an
yes.
email to you guys,
Yes.
if that's okay.
Because actually Glenn is, I mean, I don't mean to call her out, but like, we might, everything else that you go to is $6, like a football game or whatever, so it's like maybe.
Cool, $8, weren't they?
Yeah.
Like, right,
'Cause if you
last
don't-
year was 6, this year was 8.
If anybody's gonna go, they up the rates, I mean, we might as well
Well,
do
and
it just to
again,
make sense.
this
you know,
is
like-
something optional.
Yeah,
It's not something that's going to affect every citizen, it's if you use the facilities. And that's why we looked at a way that we could still up the rate a little bit and increase a little bit to cover some of the costs.
it would be nice to make sure we're breaking even.
Well,
Really?
so we're not.
Okay.
We had quite a bit of discussion, maybe it was this time last year, over the replacement of the inflatables at the aqua park. And we've staggered those out to make it more palatable across the years. But I think originally, like way back when it first started, we it turns out the price wasn't like completely inelastic, like, and we priced ourselves out of folks participating, or coming to the attraction.
I just fell off one and almost killed myself, so I'm done. But
Yeah, wanted
other than
to,
that,
I plan on doing a back gainer here in the,
yeah, I didn't
Polar
mean to,
flight
bro.
but in
But
total,
it's fun.
like even before getting those numbers, we know that we're not breaking even on these. And it's more of, at least the conversation at the time is like, well, you know, it's a public good that we're putting on for the entertainment of the community, and it's paid for by property taxes and all the other taxes.
Yeah. No, I mean, if it's, yeah, everything's got to be,
5 to 7, or, you know, as opposed to like 7 and 8. I don't
Yeah.
know that it makes that big of a
it
difference.
doesn't.
I do know when Dave was here last year, he wanted to have a special, like, and ultimately there's no way to police it, but he wanted to have a special circumstance rate for perhaps autistic or mentally challenged kids to have it free access for them.
That's precious, but it's hard to like,
Yeah, we couldn't police it, so that was,
yeah, you
that
have to
was
get.
never brought in.
Susan, the door's still locked. He's in there. She's gonna help you.
Do they still do a yearly or seasonal
Season pass.
pass, thing like that? Because that could help people too, like.
We do,
Yay, there it is.
and I was not going to recommend any kind of rate change.
No,
So if we were to raise it to
that
$5
makes
or
that
$6,
more of a value.
and then you have that would make more people buy that.
Yeah, that's what we want.
It was.
Yeah, that's a value now. You raise that pass up to $10, that's a huge value, I'm just saying. I think raising it a couple dollars or $1, I don't think is a big issue. And if it helps us balance the budget, I think that's a good thing. It's just little increments of, yeah.
Another same principle that probably hasn't gone up since you've been here either is shelter rentals. Is that coming up?
She
that's
got
all.
it, isn't it?
I got it.
Because I mean, you're never gonna stop everyone from marking all over those, but it'd be nice to replace some of that stuff.
Right. But that it is in here. So, yeah, season passes, so $100 per person. The more people you have, kind of the better deal you get, really. 2 people is $125, 3 people, $175. Family plan, 4 people is $225, and each additional person after that is $25. And that gets you into the pool, the splash pad, and aqua park.
Oh,
So, honestly, this would be the way to go.
That's the deal.
But, so this is rentals. Your pool rentals and splash pad, splash pad comes with the pool. So we checked around with one of our neighbors, and I have that information at the very end if you all need to see it. Right now, we do $100 for 2 hours, or $200 for 4 hours. And what I would like to request is that we do $150 for 2 hours, and then $300 for 4 hours. That will cover, at night, you have your lights, then you have your lifeguards and any kind of facility team operator that would need to be there. So that would just help us cover the cost, and
Does that cover 2 lifeguards?
it
3?
does.
2.
So right now, if you have a pool party for 2 hours, you have 2 guards. By the time you pay them, you pay electricity, you pay the cost to run the pool, we're getting $30 profit.
So that's not really profit, that's chemicals and.
Exactly.
Right, that's $30 to go towards your.
If you have like a skate party at Skate World, it's like
$300.
$300, it was an amount where we just went to the general public and had a party at it. So I was just like, oh my
And
gosh.
that's like 2 hours.
Yeah, that's like two, so I mean,
And you have
yeah,
to buy their food.
yeah, and you're not in a pool, which is cool. So I mean, yeah.
So we,
You're
Are you
a
limited
dingy
to how many kids you
skate park.
can have, like how many swimmers you can have?
no.
2 lifeguards covers,
2 lifeguards is generally what we have out there for a pool party. If there's an event, I know that there have been some events like last year and in the past where we have let maybe one of the sports teams do a fundraiser or do a night swim. We did have more for that, but they also have,
give a bigger.
yes.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, do we need to put a, like, caveat in there, like, an extra?
There is, like if you have 50 or more people, you have to
Okay.
have an additional guard, there's an additional fee. And I can't remember if it's $25 for the additional guard. It's on the rental adjustment form or the agreement that we
Should be
have.
whatever covers
Yeah, it should be at least whatever covers their costs.
it. Yeah.
I think this here. But again, we looked at one of our neighbors, and this, even if we raise it, it's still
Competitive.
better.
We're still a better deal.
Yeah, again.
Okay.
Nobody likes price increases, but it's.
But
it's what
again,
it is.
this is optional.
Right,
You don't have to have a pool party with us.
You don't.
You don't have to come and go to the aqua park.
right.
So, all right.
I'm just talking about, I don't like pricing. The
No.
price of a loaf of bread going up, but I'm still gonna get it, right?
So this was aqua
Especially
park.
if it's snow the next day.
I did touch on it, back when we were talking about pool and splash pad. So we would take the Friday, Saturday, Sunday rate of $5 and up it to $7. And again, you get the pool, splash pad, and aqua park for all 3.
And when you look at the revenue on the aqua park, you just put a percentage of total revenue, right?
So
Or that's what's taken at the aqua park?
that is what is taken at the aqua park building.
So whichever one you go first gets credit for all
Correct.
of it.
Correct. And we really don't have a better way to police that. So that's kind of how the cookie crumbles.
Right.
So,
So police what?
So
Can board with.
when she says revenue for the aqua park versus revenue for the pool,
Oh, okay.
it's whoever takes in the money.
Right.
So if you go to the aqua park first, the aqua park gets credit versus the pool.
The pool.
Even
It's
though
all
you
the
might do both. You might go to the pool and then go directly to the aqua park.
But
The
you-
pool gets the credit for it.
right,
That's what I
okay. Are we good to keep going?
do. Yeah.
Shelter rentals. So right now, it is, this is your large shelter that holds 60 to 70 people. For 3 hours, you are at $20. For 6 hours, you are at $40. For 12 hours, you're at $60. So I would like to recommend that for 3 hours, we bump it to $25. For 6 hours, we bump it to $50. And for 12 hours, we bump it to $75.
I think those are nice round numbers. Well, and too, because, you're always looking at what picnic tables you have to replace, all the, so with the understanding of upkeep and trying to keep these things nice.
Good to roll?
Good with that?
This is for shelter 2 and shelter 3. They are one second.
The lower ones?
I'm sorry, this is shelter 2, excuse me. This one has the bathrooms with it. It can hold 35 to 40 people.
Mm.
For 3 hours, it is $15, 6 hours is $30, and 12 hours is $50. And I would like to recommend to go 3 hours at $20, 6 hours at $40, and 12 hours at $60.
That is so cheap.
Yes.
What was the 3-hour currently?
3 hours
15.
is for $15.
But you get restrooms.
That's why I always rent that one.
Yeah. We're just saying because it's lower people amounts, that's why it's,
It's a smaller.
Smaller shelter.
yeah, but you get a restroom.
That's right.
But you can use the restrooms if you're in Chilton for too.
Not if I'm there.
Nuh-uh. No, I didn't pay for this. This is my restroom for the next 3 hours. Okay.
Anybody have any questions on that one?
No, that's still cheap.
Okay.
And this is the smallest.
Shelter number 3, it's pretty much copy paste from shelter number 2.
I think shelter number 2 needs to be $25. You got a bathroom.
Shelter number 2, do we want to bump them?
I don't think people would boo about it. It's probably one of the most rented ones, is it not?
Probably the most rented, I would
I
think.
mean, they actually all get rented
They do.
fairly well.
Oh, okay.
So bump it, $5 more.
You got a bathroom.
You had
You have to take care of the
increase in
bathroom.
$1,000.
Is the bathroom clean?
Depends.
That bathroom needs to be clean, and then it needs to be $30.
Well, now we got kids, so we can make sure.
So we had 25, 50, and 75 on the top shelter.
Yeah.
So they're,
Yes,
That's the largest.
Your estimated increase of 918, is that on all?
that's
three?
over all, yes.
Oh. That's really, I'm not,
If
it's
you
really
just-
cheap, it's whatever you want to do.
I know it's more people, but I don't know, I'm almost inclined to just say a shelter's 25, 50, and 75 and just leave it for all.
Less paperwork, headache. And it's
I mean,
kind of up to
I
what
don't
you need.
argue over the size, and when I call, I'm like, I need a shelter now.
Yeah.
If I get number 2, that's the one I'm getting, but if not,
Okay, so do we like 25, 50, and 75 overall?
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's probably easier on the staff.
I like even pricing.
But there's bathrooms too.
But yeah,
They need some love.
you could pay for a refresh, an extra $20
All right.
before you go.
I would say that if we're going to increase the bathrooms on number 2, need to be a priority.
Especially when it's a number 2.
Oh, it's appropriately named number 2, that's great.
The spiders are a bigger issue
Yeah.
than
Oh, that's your buddies, that's fun. Buddies are good buddies.
it's in their name. You're Sherlock.
Yeah, Charlotte.
Okay. So Dunford Park, that is one that kind of gets forgotten about just a little bit. But if you see,
It's
I
nice.
actually did do 25, 50, and 75 on that one as well. So it kind of fit in.
About that.
So,
Yeah.
and it has bathrooms too.
Wow, that's the one right there.
And it's on flat land.
It
Like,
is.
Yeah.
It's right on
How close does the water get to that one?
Um,
It doesn't get up there, does it?
I don't think that we've had any trouble recently with it. I don't know with
I
that.
think it's high enough that it doesn't have.
While we're talking about that, since the dog park's out there.
Yes.
You know, interested to hear what we're gonna come up with trees and pretty in that space up in shade.
I did not forget about that at all, Zach.
I didn't say you did.
Who takes care of this shelter in the dog park?
Public Works.
So Yana will go and clean, but then the rec staff mows. So,
Is just something I was thinking. Since we want more stuff over there and like that to be used, is that something maybe we could put under the umbrella of Kenny?
No.
it sort of is,
Okay.
sort of. As far as like mowing and stuff is, that is.
I didn't mean that. I mean like if there's any like activities or stuff to be planned, umbrella of Kenny.
Well, they do the fishing. What else is done over there?
We can't do fishing over there right now.
Wow.
We can't cut the grass on the banks. I think we've got another 5 years on that, maybe 4 years. But DCR, right? They said, hey, don't cut that because it's eroding. So,
The town got a grant to do erosion control on the banks.
But I know they do Little League football practice over there. I think I've seen them. They practice a sport over there, and I'm pretty sure it's got to be Little League football.
They used to do soccer over there. And the police,
Soccer team.
the police used to have their fitness course over there. Used to.
Used to.
It got swampy over there too.
All right, are we good to
Yep.
move? Splash pad. Softball rentals. So, one of the things that you all have heard, and Glenn and Beth, this will be maybe a little new for you,
Yeah.
but in previous meetings, we discussed the condition of the fields. So the front field, the one closest to the entrance of the park, it's in decent shape. It does have some drainage issues, but not terrible. But the backfield is bad. I went out there last week and took pictures, and it was bad. So, I think that does deter people from renting that field. So, I know that one of the things that Kenny is very passionate about is the adult softball league. So, I do think that these fields will become more used as long as we can use the upper field too. So, I did not increase it a whole lot, but right now it's $50 a field, $75 per lights. So if we bumped it up to $75 per field and then $100 per light with the lights, that's not a huge
No,
bump.
it doesn't look like it's getting rented that much.
It's not.
Is it a certain group or whatever, or is it just different individuals, or I mean, who's?
They do like a tournament.
Yeah, they do tournaments out there.
So is that $75 a day? So if we used to do a tournament, is that $75 a day?
Yeah, you rent it for whatever, like
So let's say it was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, $75 per
a day, yes.
Do we charge, like, the travel soccer team to play soccer on that?
Oh.
I don't think we should. Like high school or any type of youth sports, I mean, to me, it's kind of a gray line where, like, where are you going to play? Like, it's a public park paid for with public dollars. The public should have access to it.
Well,
That's not a public league.
I agree with you on that if it's just a game. But if you're having a tournament to where you're charging people,
They are
like
charging money.
softball was charging $10 to get in per person. So if you're doing that, you should have to pay.
Yeah, for tournaments, I don't disagree with
But if
that.
it's just one game.
For practices,
No.
like, we were running an old man soccer league, and it was nothing official, but we basically just picked up and moved to the Bluefield Public Park when they started, I was told that they were going to charge us, so I was like, fine, we'll take our toys and leave. But if we're trying to
Yeah.
cultivate youth sports, removing barriers for youth sports to use the facilities that are maintained by the public is something that I'd like to.
Well, I guess here's the thing. If it is public land, if old dude that wants to go out there with his golf club and get on home plate and hit golf balls into the outfield while they're playing a
I
game,
never thought about that.
there's nothing to stop him from doing that.
Yeah.
Common courtesy, yes, but if they want that
To reserve the facility.
reserved for them, then that's a different ballgame. I mean, to me, if you're shutting down public for private use, I guess. And, I mean, Little League's the same way. We don't,
Well, yeah, so,
we don't
so
charge
for
them
old man
anything, but-
soccer, if somebody was like, hey, can I play? You'd be like, sure. But if you're doing a tournament or a game or whatever, you're like, no, this is a game that we're doing. So there's a thing there, and then there's a thing with the money too. So if you're taking money,
all it's gonna take is one guy, I'll say, guy.
Yeah, and you remember when I brought up that you had the ability to round up somebody, kick them out of town from the
Yeah.
charter?
Oh, yeah.
That guy.
Yeah.
No, I don't disagree with, like, if you're reserving the space, but removing barriers to allow kids space to practice
Oh, yes.
is
No,
No, right, I don't think, but if it's like a tournament, you're.
If it's a tournament, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
not that we had, it doesn't, because we have all the soccer stuff out there whenever soccer's going on. But if somebody wanted to rent the field, that just happened to be a day that Appalachian FC had a game plan, what happens then?
Well, whoever paid for the field gets it.
Right, but I mean, that's just a conflict that we potentially have, I guess, is what I'm saying. It's not been an issue ever, like, when they were. It's
It's been
good.
a little bit, yeah. It has been a little bit, especially when they were redoing the soccer.
That would be awesome.
Right.
Tazewell.
Yeah. Well, we want to
It'd be nice
generate,
for the county to,
uh,
well, we don't,
yeah,
I guess they practice.
We don't- we don't want to try to take $75 to like, you don't want to let a dollar, well, a dime stuff a dollar. So like, you know, if people are going to come and play and they're going to then go eat afterwards or whatever, we want them to do that. And then we also want them to have time for, you know, our main goal is to get the youth out there. The youths need to go play.
Yeah.
But yeah, too, the town also has to be, we have to be good stewards of electricity and our workers' time and whatever other utilities are used.
I just don't, I agree with Zach that high school and practices and things like that shouldn't have to pay.
No.
I mean, I'll take the school board's money if the school board wants to give us some. But,
I think that's
That's
but
$60.
my biggest issue with bringing this up is conflict resolution if somebody comes out there. But I'm not trying to charge any league or, you know, run anybody out of town.
we know that.
I don't want them, I don't want anybody to lay claim to the field that, I guess is what I'm saying.
Well, there's already precedent that we charge for rental of the fields. So then it's, you know, it's just understood that,
And we can book the field for our youth activities too. There's just no fee attached.
yeah.
So that way you don't have someone trying to double book your fields. So we already have that system in place. I think it'd be fine.
And I brought up another thing that I would like, I think we need to put a sign up for a band activity. That's not a place to hit a golf club. Like, we're trying to get the quality of those fields.
Are people out there doing it?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, there's a guy that goes out there
It's
every day.
It's pretty terrible to be
No.
playing a soccer game and roll an ankle.
Yeah.
No.
No, I mean,
Oh.
I know it's public property and
He's the,
hate to limit people, but you go.
Well, you can't skate, you can't skate out there.
Yeah, you can't make divots and stuff. No.
And I don't even know that he replaces his divot. It's a gentleman's game.
That's for his caddy to do. Well, it's the same thing with really tennis courts. You don't want like rollerblading and stuff on your tennis courts because you're gonna never tennis courts up. But it's been a while since I played tennis.
all right, so we're good with the increase?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
So
always-
I'm really glad that you all just had the discussion that you had. Because, like, it's $15 an hour to rent the gym.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a pretty fair price. I'm not recommending a rate increase. However, we have multiple people rent it. And this was in place before I came into this position. They are not charged to rent the gym. And it had multiple previous leadership authority to do so.
Grandfather, great-grandfather did?
One of those is my fault, okay? It was a bunch of attorneys and cops playing basketball, and now it's not, so.
So,
Well, even today, like the girls soccer team wanted to practice out there. And I do think approaching Tazewell County School Board with something like this would be appropriate. Because, I mean, when we were deconflicting facilities at VMI, like we would have a night fight for when there's inclement weather. Who's going to get the, I don't know, basketball court? Who's going to get, you know, wherever you're going to train for the day. And the Tazewell my understanding of it, because I'm not in that system, is that they have no system in place to deconflict who gets what facility and when. And so you have the girls soccer team looking for a facility to come practice in, and we want to be neighborly and encourage youth sports, but there's no agreement to pay. So the coach in this case was going to foot the bill on that one. You know,
No.
that would be nice to be avoided.
I have a suggestion.
Okay.
Bless you.
If we are going to allow,
Bless you again.
One more.
y'all are looking at me now, I can't do it.
Look at the light. Look at the light.
Look away. If we're going to let people like use it for practices and stuff like that, I don't have a problem with it. Again, as you said, it's public, you know, property to come and use, and we want to encourage people to do so. What about if we had like, let's say it's a team. What if they did a community project in lieu of field time or gym time?
That's precious.
I hear that floor is awful and needs to be redone.
There's some dead spots.
Such as like strip it, wax it, or like completely?
Strip it and wax it and work on the dead spot.
Okay. So what do you all think about
Basketball pool.
like a
That's what
community
they do.
project for the
They
teams
come
that
in
rent
and
it?
do it.
I think that's a great idea.
So when it
I
comes
mean,
They'll
it's
actually
hard to
choose to
police,
do
but
in those.
Whether it's something
I-
like,
I
you know,
didn't
maybe-
piece that out. Okay, you don't have to.
Maybe they go visit
Not gonna-
nursing home. Maybe they go to the park and, you know, walk around the lake and pick up
Yeah.
litter, or
replace the divots.
it's, what do you all think of that? Is that something that we would want to try?
0.25 for every hour. Yeah, 25% of every hour rented. I don't think you want to do a 1-for-1, do you?
I don't mean this, it's more than we're getting now.
No. I mean, I'm just saying, what's your measurement? If you rent it for an hour, you're going to do 15 minutes of community service?
Well, this is my thing. I think you give it to them. And in return, they need to open up that high school gym for our youth sports.
Yeah.
That's what I was.
Because that high school gym just sits there. And during basketball season, that would help us so much when we start our youth sport.
Oh, that would be great.
Can we do that?
So we do a little horse trading. We got the soccer fields, you got
Is
the...
there a reason why they don't do that? Just territory?
I mean,
I'm thinking liabilities
It's
or
school
liability
access,
problem,
it's
or-
insurance.
There's no
it's-
direct
it's-
access
But
to
the
the
same
supervision.
I mean, you got people.
Those
coming
kids
to
coming
school.
up here, whose insurance are they on?
Yeah. little-
but when you rent the high school, you
Well,
gotta
on
have insurance,
practice
they fall
Sunday
under our
games.
insurance. The
But that
big thing
one, like you
is,
say,
you
that
have
one.
to pay a
Yeah.
custodian.
Get that good lawyer.
Is that
Yeah,
That's what it is, because we're the Tazewell High School Hall of Fame. And to use that, I had to go get my own insurance, which the principal was before me and never had insurance. And then I have to pay the custodian to use that. And we are the Tazewell High School Hall of Fame, and he was the second
We heard that.
president to do it. So like, under that, the only thing that he's gonna ask for is to pay the custodian. So every time we go, we give him $100.
Well, that's kind of, I mean,
Again, like as far as rates, I wasn't suggesting any rates, but I can say that we do have a lot of users that use it for practice, rather than like rent it for a party or something. It does get used, and I'm thankful for that.
well,
Right.
so here's something too, so if it's, so my husband had the volleyball league, you know, and that was a community thing, so, and there was no money or anything, you know. So, but if we want to have this new recreation committee, like, so if it's under the recreation committee, you know, then you're not paying that fee, of course. And then I do think we need to reach out to the school board and say, hey, you know, in times like these, can we have a more delineated agreement? And we would also, you know, we got a court, you guys got a court?
Even
You
if
know,
we bartered it for, hey, you guys can use it, you know, in times of need, this is not like, how are you gonna like keep track of that, right? But give us one weekend to run a tournament, and, you know, do that.
Can you remember when they had tournaments there, Joe? At the high school?
Yeah, it was like AAU, wasn't it?
Yeah, and they did well.
I remember when they put on a volleyball tournament that was at like all three facilities in town. And, you know, it took some coordination and it was really good. I don't remember.
They used to have basketball, you know, they come to the front door, they charge, and they had their snacks, their hot dogs, and
I did.
They made money.
I refed a couple youth wrestling tournaments there.
Yeah,
That was a big draw.
yeah.
But, yeah, if they would give us one weekend to do a basketball tournament or, you know, 2 weekends, I think we could, like you said, horse trade a little bit.
Yeah. All right, good to move from the gym.
Yep.
The American Legion building. So currently it is a $75 rental fee and you get it for the whole day. If you have alcohol, we require a $200 rental fee and you have to show proof of an ABC permit. So the recommended increase for it is $100 for the rental fee and then $250 with alcohol.
And you're
So
getting,
what do you rent to, people that come on Fridays for?
Right now, it's $35 a visit. However, Jessica and I just had this discussion last Tuesday. I don't know if that is something that is in a contract. I don't know if that's something we can increase, but we were going to look into that.
Who is it?
The clubs.
Oh, Rotary.
Well, we do it to more than just Rotary.
Yeah,
Like
Lions Club eats out there.
yeah, Lions Club. And I do have a little bit more information on that. And I've got Dad investigating some more. They were supposed to have a meeting, but I think it got canceled tonight. But it has to do with the exact number that they donated to go towards the kitchen upgrades. And he wasn't sure on the dollar amount, so that's what I'm waiting to get back on.
Okay. And there's a North Tazewell Lions Club and the Tazewell Lions Club, so there's technically 3 groups plus the American Legion themselves.
Do we lease this building?
Yes.
And how much do we pay for the lease annually?
$1.
$1. And I don't know if I remember when we discussed it. Well, wasn't there discussion about them not renewing that lease with us?
That's what we had a meeting with them last week. So they were asking if we did not renew the lease, what would their responsibilities look like as far as an electric bill, as far as internet, that type of thing. So Jessica and I attended their meeting last week and talked with them. However, I kind of got the gist when we left that they really weren't interested in discontinuing the lease, but they wanted to be prepared in case we were. And I told them, like, apparently Todd had said he wasn't interested in renewing it. And I told them that I didn't know of any reason we wouldn't renew it.
Was he trying to get a better price?
I don't see it. But I can tell you that we do hold meetings and stuff over there, and it is very convenient for that type of stuff.
Farmers market meets over there, I think, right? And they used to, felt like we would have meetings at the same time they did.
I know that they had in the past. I don't know if they have like a monthly meeting.
Gotcha.
But I know they had met over there. So, and maybe I should say this, like, did we have a reason? Was there a reason?
so it's their bill, it's the American Legion building, the town leases it for $1.
Correct.
And we're responsible for all the utilities.
Correct.
And upkeep.
However, we get all the rental fees.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
So.
Does it kind of even out, or is it?
No.
That's a very underutilized building, isn't it?
Well, it rents out wonderful on the weekends, but we have more expense in the upkeep than we make in the revenue. So the reason we want to increase it is we just want to make it even.
Right.
We
Yeah.
want a chance to just,
I think
to
since
not lose money on it.
Since that's not technically really our building and like we're just trying to do a service for them, really, I mean, I guess. I don't think that's a bad thing, just to try to break even on that building. I don't think that's a bad thing.
Okay,
No.
all right. If we're good with that, we'll,
On that building,
yes.
and this is actually related to my job with the dentist office. There's a trash issue. We've got a dumpster that we pay for the town. It's blocked off. I don't know if there's something that can be done to the trash situation where when folks rent it, they know that this is their trash can that they can use.
Mhm.
But after, a week of dental procedures, basically, we're full up, and then we come in on the weekend, and it's full up again. And that's a real problem that we've got over there.
On the form, the rental form that they get, Jessica, don't it say that you're to put your trash in the bin
Yes.
beside of the building here? And it's marked on the door, correct?
It's smart. They don't do it. I don't know what needs to be done,
Okay,
but our next step is to literally build a fence and close off
okay,
the access.
okay.
So,
Can we put something else on the rental form to make sure that they know
Yeah.
the dumpster back there is not for their use?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got big signs saying this is for the dentist office.
Okay.
I appreciate that. They don't read, they're yellow. They're
You
yellow.
gotta lock it, son.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just curious, what was the electric bill on that building this month?
Oh, goodness.
Mm, dang.
7, 6. We're playing Price is Right rules.
Okay.
750.
I know we did an average, and it averaged out to be about $600 a month. I do remember talking to them about
Yeah.
that over there.
I was thinking it was 700 and something, but we're in the winter and we have to run to heat it, but around in there.
It averages 600 a month.
Yeah.
I mean, not, like, that's not what your bill is every month, but if you take a year.
Yeah, I know what average
Okay.
is. I'm just-
Just checking.
But we don't run the heat in the summer.
No, we run air conditioners.
Minus 30?
It's cold in there sometimes.
Wow.
And we've got the commercial kitchen, we've got several freezers, several refrigerators. There's a lot. There's a lot in that building that's constantly running.
So do you want to up it even more than $100?
No.
No, but I think your Lions Club and your Rotary Club need to pay more.
We're gonna
Like I
look
said,
into that.
It would be nice to see if we could get this pretty much even with the
Yeah.
house. That would be great.
That was something that we had talked about last week, for sure.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if there was some kind of contract in place, that that's what we were.
And that's what we're gonna
Set
look
in.
into, yeah.
So,
And then we'll make
but
it,
yes,
we'll make a decision once we find out the root of the agreements.
What did you say the Rotary was paying?
35
A month?
a week.
We would say 70, 140 a month.
And an extra
Yeah,
fee if they
I like
put
those
the
civic
trash in the
rules,
wrong
like,
dumpster.
Reduce barriers to folks meeting. But Rotary can beat over.
Zach's got to prove it.
What?
I said there'll be an extra fee if you put trash in the wrong dumpster.
Yeah, that's it.
But you got to prove it, photographic evidence.
Yeah, I've got a ring camera up now.
There it is. All
Well,
right.
you know what color the bags are.
Next.
Orange?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, are we good to move from Legion?
Yes.
Yes.
Put a glitter bomb in there.
So, a little bit of
Yeah.
good, fun news. Have you all drove by?
Yes,
The
it looks,
pavilion?
it looks
That's
massive.
Yes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like, those little guys, they are on it.
Mhm.
They are doing a fantastic job. So this is kind of a rendition of what it will look like once it's finished. Heritage Metal is the one that has been doing the work down there, and they are doing fantastic. So this is going to be a new facility that we're going to be able to rent out. I do think it's very important that when we rent it out, we for sure say you are not to have any noise after like 10 p.m. because we do want to be respectful to our neighbors down there. So
When
any,
you say noise,
like any kind of bands, any kind of music, any kind of,
Amplified music,
Yeah.
amplified.
Yeah.
yeah.
There
I was
should
gonna say,
already.
it's like, you're gonna have noise.
I mean,
There's
if you're
already-
at like a birthday party and you have kids, run around playing, I mean,
There's already a noise ordinance in there, because like the Litz Mansion, like there's a noise ordinance, and we're like, okay, we gotta follow.
I didn't think we had a noise ordinance.
I thought, when I looked it up, I thought there was.
I wanted to say,
I think it's
I don't
after
think there is.
10.
If I'm not mistaken, when we had the trunk or treat on Main Street, and we had the guy that came with the sign of the megaphone, I don't know if it was a town or a county, I felt like there was something that, to use a amplified thing like that, you had to get a license or a permit. There's not anything. Can we get one? I'm kidding. The problem is if you put a noise ordinance, you're gonna have to pull over every truck that comes down Main Street. Because remember, we had the lady from Main Street Methodist that came and
It was
she wanted us
discussed,
to shut down Main Street on Sundays.
it was discussed, how would you measure like the decibels and that kind of thing. But again, to be respectful to our neighbors, no loud noise after 10 o'clock. And something else that I just want to throw it out there and see what your thoughts are. What would you all think about the town having an event down there to kick it off? Not the grand opening that we're doing, but have a kickoff event
Yeah.
to say, hey, look what you can do down here. Kind of market it that way. Like have a concert, have something. What do you all think? Would that be something that you're open to?
I think you pair it with your grand opening on May 1st if you can.
Okay.
I think we talked about this at the Tazewell Day meeting. I think we talked about.
Yes, I do.
Like having a kind of party like
Have a band till midnight.
10 o'clock. We have to unplug at 10 o'clock.
Acoustic after that.
turns to a mime.
No, I just think that goes to show the promise that, hey, we just didn't build this to make it the farmer's market.
Right.
We can still bring events down here.
Exactly. And, Saturday mornings, I got ahead of myself. Tuesday evenings and Saturday mornings, that will be the farmer's market operation time. Right now, they had not been operating on Tuesday evenings, but now that they're going to have this facility, they fully intend to bring that back. But after, Jessica, didn't we say like after 4 o'clock and on, you can rent it and say for 6 hours, it's $50. I mean, it does have, restrooms, commercial kitchen.
I mean,
It's going to be a nice facility.
that's cheap.
You think more?
It's got a kitchen in the back.
It'll have a prep kitchen, not a commercial kitchen. I mean,
Yeah.
Prep. If you have a sink and you have a refrigerator, that's
And
awesome.
it's not going to have a fridge.
Oh,
It'll have like countertop sink plug-ins.
okay. Still.
Why can't we run it, what that used to be 100, we could do alcohol 200?
I think there's.
We can.
Oh, you do do it, yeah. People are gonna wanna do alcohol, right?
And makerspace.
Can you, because you can't do alcohol in the park, right? Is that the point? Like if you had,
You can't.
so this one you could. So
Good.
do we want to even deal with that here? Since
We
it's
don't
an
have to put
outdoor,
that.
it's an outdoor space. Well, we would need to think about that if we were going to allow alcohol, because it is sort of an outdoor space, so you can't.
I would probably say no, because there's a home right beside it.
She
So-
drinks.
There's kids.
There's only
As long
two
as she
houses,
gets two,
The
you're good.
McCalls and Tammy.
Right, I'm
Those are the
talking
only
about
two
calls.
houses in close
Well,
proximity to.
my
I'm talking about
point
calls.
is you can't
That
be
drink too.
drinking in public if that's considered being in public. I know.
We haven't been on Main Street, so we can't argue that.
Well, that's
What-
different. That's a door, that's a different.
Well, I don't know.
Still can't argue that, because.
I think you treat it just like you do the Legion. If they get the permit,
Okay.
it should be allowed.
Okay.
If they
Okay.
don't have the permit, it's not.
So 6 hours, $50, 12 hours, 100. That's what I had suggested, but What do you all?
6 hours, $100, 12 hours, $150.
Okay.
That's a brand new facility.
Yeah,
And that goes up if you have alcohol.
250 with an 80.
At $100.
Yeah, 200 and
And that's what we
250
do
to
here.
do alcohol.
That's
Yeah.
what we do here, right?
Yeah.
It just helps with, makes things go a little smoother.
Are you gonna have what is similar, like you do for the American Legion, where you've got the security deposit, it's
Yes,
been higher?
yes.
What, with alcohol? With alcohol? 250.
My bad. I was just right, I read 350. I really thought I heard 350. 250?
250
alcohol?
matches the American Legion
Okay.
rate.
Sorry. And you have to provide your permit to us.
How much for 6 hours of alcohol?
And like Rotary, does the farmer's market pay a nominal fee or that?
We have not asked them for any type of rent. However, we have tasked them to get signage for the pavilion, to say Clinch River Pavilion Farmers Market.
I don't think there should be anything on
There, I do have one concern. For flea markets, we require business licenses, right? Don't we have, like, in there,
There's like
Yes.
$100.
like you get, like a
Peddler
1 week
license.
pass or something like that? Like, would their vendors be considered under that? Is there?
They
that's
are
for
exempt
farmers
in the
market?
code.
I was gonna say, is that what
Okay,
they
I
do
just want
now?
to make sure we're good on that.
Yes.
Cool.
that. Because we want to see that thing grow. We don't want to deter people.
Correct.
One other question, food truck rental space. You got a feeling that might be something that might come up?
Well,
Oh, is that there?
I was going to bring up something since you asked about the business license for retail, like selling at the farmer's market. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know if this is the correct time to do so, but since we're out here, we're just going to do it. Food trucks. So a food truck can operate in town without a business license for 3 years if it is not registered here. If it is registered in the town of Tazewell, they must get a business license. They are required.
Saying the registration of the vehicle itself, is that what you're saying? Okay. So if they live in town limits, essentially. Yeah.
Yes. They are required to pay mills tax. If they set up, if it's on a Monday and they set up, they're required to pay mills tax. If we have Main Street Moments and they set up, they're required to pay mills tax. I've had a concern about food trucks being in brick and mortar restaurant neighborhoods. I have also had concerns of pop-up vendors being amongst brick and mortar retail businesses. So if we have an event, those retail vendors don't have any skin in the game. The town doesn't get anything from that. And it has been brought up to me that maybe that's not so fair. I told them that I would check into it, I would voice the concerns. I don't know how to police it, is the problem. If there's events that go on, I don't know every vendor that's there. I don't know how to police it.
Doesn't
I
that
don't.
have to be police through the event?
How does that not
So,
fall underneath
like-
peddler?
Does it? Is peddler going door to door? Or is peddler,
So, like, for me, with that argument, when we have Main Street Moments, we have people setting up selling goods and shirts and all of that. Well, that affects those businesses on Main Street that are selling the exact same thing.
It does.
So if a food vendor shows up for one day, it's affecting everybody. But it's to have an event to bring people to the town.
No, I say that all the time, because I'm like, it's a wonderful thing to have established food restaurants on your main street. And so it's a precious thing. And so we need to protect it. I say it all the time in every meeting that I've ever been. So this is not the first time people's heard this from my mouth. So the other part of that too is we also want to respect the people who are coming and want to give them a really good time. And so we understand that when we have large events, like say Oktoberfest, where we're going to have like thousands of people, that having, and when I'm on that committee, we make a really effort to make sure that the food trucks are different than what the restaurants are selling. So like, we don't, we don't want to put a sandwich truck right outside of Happy Goat, like that, or on, actually at all. So I too have a concern for, everything that is not tied to Main Street brick and mortar wise, because again, it is a very precious thing and we need to protect it. And we need to protect the businesses that are on Main Street permanently.
But if you're coming more than once, then that should be a problem.
And I'm not saying that like we need to come up with an answer or solution right now. Just wanted to let you all know that was something that was brought to my attention and it was a concern. So maybe if we could.
I think you've got a tool in place with the peddler license. And going to the state code, it's a peddler or is that itinerant merchant? Is a person who carries from place to place goods, wares, merchandise, to sell off or sell or barter. I think that's what that's supposed to capture. And it's a starting rate, starting at $20. I haven't read on that in too great a detail. But if that's the issue, I think that's your tool. And then we can discuss whether that fee is appropriate. But you have a pre-registration, pay your fee, get your space. And the problem is that they're going to get double taxed. If you've got like a Main Street Moments event and Tazewell Days charging $300 per spot in town.
We don't.
It was floated.
Actually, it was free for a long time.
It was floated that it increases.
Yeah. No,
I'm just saying that, okay, I exaggerated. But you got the situation where you're feeding these people to death coming in to have a,
yeah.
but I think your peddler option in your business license is where the solution is.
Okay.
Well, it's a thought process on why, like what's our why? And again, we want to bring in people and businesses, but we also want to protect the folks who are staking their livelihoods on our Main Street.
Agreed.
And can't just get up and go.
Well,
It don't work out.
6,000 people come to every event.
Are we good to move past the pavilion here?
Yes.
Okay.
Shoot. We got to talk about peddlers and never mind, I'll bring it up later.
About the pavilion itself?
Yeah, I've dumped it.
About farmer's market or?
No, I can carry it.
But-
Sorry, I lost it.
So I was approached by Earl King today, and he said that he was told for his little storefront across the road that he could get $200,000 in grant money
Yes,
to do what?
the facade of the building.
So the building's gonna fall down, but he's gonna have a nice outside.
That's why he needs to just relinquish that to the town.
Well, I told him, I said, you donate that to the town, and we'll give you some tax incentives.
That's right. We've had that discussion.
So I have had discussions with Earl
Yeah.
lately.
But the
One
facade
thing to go back to this, I did mention like having a food truck there, because that's off Main Street, that's away from
Yeah.
established restaurants right now.
Mhm.
If someone were to want to rent that space,
Oh, yeah, that's good.
access to the kitchen, like, you know, something like that. They're gonna hook up, would that be like a full rental? Or if they had, like, what I would love to see, and this does not go against the brick and mortar places in town, like, if we had like a food truck festival, and for one weekend, and you bring 5 food trucks in,
That'd be great right there.
that, like, it's a cool little event, right?
Yeah.
Like, how could we charge for that kind of thing? Something to keep in mind. We don't have to
I
hash
think,
that out today.
I think you need to, because they're making, you know, you're setting up the space to make the money, and it goes into, you're also gonna do advertising for that, so you're bringing the people. So it's one of those things where it's like, it just makes sense, and most food trucks, they know that they're gonna have to pay something. I mean, it's
And-
not,
I mean, we could market that space to be like, hey, Wednesday night, set your food truck up here.
that would be so much fun, that would
And
be
bam,
awesome.
there's a revenue.
Right there by the Clinch.
We're gonna be hanging lights.
Clinch River Food Truck Festival. On the
Or a
Clinch.
food truck,
Yeah,
Yeah.
what would you like?
I got it.
And the thing I had was, I know we're not finished with construction yet, but one of the items that we talked about with the pavilion is funds that were, if there are any funds left over from that project, earmarking those to be put into an LGIP to basically pay for the maintenance of that.
Right.
As we get closer to the completion of it, just be interested in knowing what that looks like.
Okay.
Because we'd look like all-stars if we plan for the future in addition to
Oh,
getting
yeah.
primo space.
Well, there
There
should
you
be
go,
some
Zach.
money left over. But I'm gonna make a motion that we buy the stone house across the creek.
We just got a house.
You get that stone house and all that property right across the creek.
Yeah.
Oh, is that still for sale?
Okay.
I've been in there.
Well,
What if we could buy that stone house, and I think it's like 4 acres? You bridge it across the creek. Okay.
well, Airbnb,
Little Airbnb.
No,
bed and breakfast.
I would do it more of like a venue,
Okay.
Yeah.
because the way it circles back around in there.
It'd be great too, as like
weddings
a
and stuff.
showcase
And
of
we
like
can buy the
natural.
house cheap.
Are you talking about the one that's completely surrounded by the river?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if we could buy that for 60?
Didn't it sell?
Town's gonna be.
I thought so.
I thought
Didn't it just sell last year, Danny?
No, this guy from Atlanta bought it about 3 years ago. It was in
Didn't it just have to
foreclosure.
put water on, like a meter and everything?
No, not the stone house. So if you go up
Is this
to
the one-
Whitley Branch and you take the first left like you go to Sonia and Willie's.
Oh, no, that's not the one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It's a
that's the one I'm
two-story.
talking about.
Okay. I got you.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but all that land comes back down and waters the river right in behind where we're doing. It's a historic house.
All right, let's get to move from the pavilion. I don't have a nice, neat picture. Oh, sorry. But Warhawk Park. So Warhawk Park it's like 90% finished. All we are waiting on is we needed some weather to do the painting and striping of the courts. The parking lot we've got the gravel and everything there, we just need to finish the grade work for that. Being that it's new and it is one of the smaller facilities, I didn't really know a good game plan, how many times it might be rented. But I said like 3 hours could be $20, 6 hours, $40, 12 hours, $60. Do you all want to go back to all the shelters being the same?
I like all the same. I'm the same.
Except for the pavilion?
Except for the pavilion, because that's, you know.
All right, I will update that if you all are good with that.
Well, the pavilion's different too, because you got kitchen and everything.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Okay. So something that we had talked about before was the possibility of an advertising opportunity on the fire department digital sign.
Okay.
Jessica, I have to give her all the credit on this one. She kind of put together this advertising packet. We could do like a basic tier. You would get like one slide in the rotation, and it would be like $50 a month. Or you could do the premium tier, where it would be $100 a month, but you get more screen time. And what I did is if we had 10 businesses a month, do $50, that would come out to $6,000 a year. And we could even put that money into, something related for the fire department. So, not that that is on the slide, but I have been very eagerly asked about new fire trucks. So during maybe the next budget session, they really want to know about their fire truck presentation that Chief Thomas had asked about. So I just want to kind of put that back in your rotation for your thoughts. It wasn't going to be anything that we had to do today as far as like making any payments, anything, but I do know that it was going to take like, wasn't it 2 years to 3 years to
3
build?
years.
So,
I don't know what the answer is to this, and I've asked a few folks, but I've not really got a decent explanation. So Tazewell County Fire, they have their own fire department, which has been disbanded currently, but they bought B&W Auto in North Tazewell, and that's where they're going to be storing their trucks. So we literally have 2 fire departments within the town. I know that their assets are allocated for the county. We do have a mutual aid agreement in place. But for rural communities, I mean, we're looking at us, but I would imagine rural communities face this. Is there not an asset sharing program? How many fire trucks do you need within a 40,000 person county? And yeah, the municipality, we got, police, fire, EMS. My understanding of EMS is like that's the only one that we ever wanted to disband, we could, and we don't have the intent to do that because it's not in our charter to maintain that. Is that how EMS falls into play with our responsibilities?
my understanding in the past is that the town does not have to operate EMS. However, the county is required to provide an EMS service. The town is not.
And I mean, that's one of the perks for living in town is the rapid response. So I'm not positioning getting rid of EMS, but I wonder if there's an asset sharing opportunity between the town and the county, and you can meet your insurance requirements if you have X number of vehicles allocated with a mutual aid agreement. I don't know. But when we do go to purchase the truck, well, when can we inspect that? Like, is there something there? But the second piece is like, do we have the opportunity to do an 80-20? Do we have to come up with $1 million for a truck, or we're coming up with 20,000, 200,000? Do we know where that's at? How much should we be thinking about earmarking for a fire truck? Because those are two very different numbers.
Right. I know that in the past, we had got some grants through rural development with air police cruisers. And I know that the last 3 times, I think, that we tried, we weren't eligible for that anymore.
Like, we didn't qualify because we're a town?
No, we didn't qualify because we were too financially, yes, secure is a good word.
So because we've been wise stewards of our money, we don't want to get punished.
I myself have not looked to see what kind of grant opportunities for a fire truck that there might be. I know that with EMS, they did have the 80-20 grant for the ambulance. So maybe there is something like that out there. I myself have not looked.
I'd love to purchase a new fire truck.
It's a very large.
Like your fleet maintenance across Public Works, we saw the police force with the leasing of the vehicles. You don't want to go that route with Public Works because they need to modify the vehicles. But, I mean, that's the big ugly elephant in the room is vehicles, I think, based on being around it.
I don't purchase a vehicle myself.
Yeah. Well, can we talk to the county and see if there's any, like, if there's anything there for the number of fire trucks that you need within a vicinity? Can we do the sharing? Does that get us anywhere?
County's gonna back us up, we're gonna back the county up on any call anyway.
Yeah. Can we both split the cost on it?
Right.
Oh, okay.
So I believe, it might have been Haji before John took over, I think he even talked about, like, we go to every call they go to anyway.
Really?
It just behooves the whole county to have the best vehicles that we can put together.
We can get a 2-for-1 deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so what do we think about offering to advertise on the sign? And I did not put everything in the slide, however, Jessica did come up with kind of some standardized rules. Like we're not going to allow political postings on there. We're not going to allow something that would have profanity. You know, that's
To be
all.
family oriented.
Right.
What's your profile? Yeah, it would, like nonprofits and things still do what they're doing, or any town affiliated, or is this is just for like businesses, like private?
Community organizations and nonprofits and civic groups would not have to pay to to advertise an event or something like that.
Is this something that we are interested in trying, see if it works?
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
people
do we
want-
have a limit on how many slides we have?
No, there's no limit on that. They do recommend that you keep it like a minimum of 8 words at the most. There's
Right.
some different protocols for that, but no limit on the number.
Do we have, like, I know it says one slide in rotation, like, do we have, I know that number's gonna vary, but like, can we guarantee if I spend $50 a month that I'm gonna get shown so many times?
Like an hour.
How much screen time am I gonna have, I guess?
I would have to look at the recording features on it. Basically, you just queue up the display and set your times for it. But
I guess
if
as a customer, I would wanna know, like,
How many impressions do you want to get?
yeah, like I don't mind to do this, but I wanna know, ooh, exactly.
Right.
And I want it from 5 to 6 when people are coming home from work.
Then you buy the premium tier.
That's what it says right there.
Peak hour visibility, I see that.
I don't know that we can control multiple time slots in one day. So that's something that I need to review in the software to see if that's possible.
I think it's something to look at.
Yeah,
Well,
but definitely, it's good.
For budget purposes, we'll roll on with it and we'll fine tune the advertising.
I'll
Yeah.
have 7 in a minute.
All right. So now I'm going to go away from the general fund, all of that. I'm sorry. Beth and Glenn, pop quiz.
Okay,
Jessica loves it when I do this.
financial year, yes.
Do you know how many funds that we have in the town? Funds.
I'll look at the account.
4 funds.
You have general fund, which is basically all of your taxes, your administration, park, sanitation, EMS, police, okay, street, water, obviously your water fund, and your water department. Sewer is your sewer funds with your sewer department, sewer plant, and then your IUDA. So, learning moment. So this is for air, water, and air sewer. I will bank, these numbers right here have not changed since I've been here. 20 years ago, if you did a water tap, it was $540. So we actually, last week, got quotes from our supplier as to just what materials we have to use. We are severely coming out in the red on that. So we have put together some recommended increases. And again, tap fees. So if you are going to be building a house, you're going to need to hook up to the town water system and the town sewer system. This is a tap fee. Basically, these recommended numbers will just get us to break even. So from $540, it would go up to,
Those,
you know
those
what?
top numbers are water, not sewer, right?
It is. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Good catch, Joe. I seen if anybody's paying attention. But
I was
it
like-
is water. It is supposed to be water. I'm sorry.
Somebody's running a 3/4 inch sewer line, they got problems.
Yeah, that should be water. So water, 3/4, you would be at $1,500. A 1 inch, you would be at $1,800. 2 inch, you would be at $2,150.
So you're going from 540 to 1,500 to do a water?
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you like me to show you why?
Then the houses in town that don't have sewer going to them, they should have it.
Here's a quote on a 3/4 tap. And that's from our supplier. $1,368.46. And that was received on 2/18, so on Thursday.
So how many new taps did we do a month?
A month, not many. So far this year, since July 1, we've done 4.
Do you-
So it's not a huge money maker,
No,
but the 4 that we did, we lost.
it's a huge suck, yeah.
We lost.
I'm just telling you that, like, I know the equipment I used when I did those, and I don't see $1,300 worth of stuff in the hole.
I mean, that's literally the quote.
You're not right, but you put a band on it, and then you put the copper thing on, and you drill the hole, you pull it out, you turn it off, and then put your line on it. That's literally all we did.
That was 20 years ago, Glenn.
Now, this includes the setter and the meter box and everything too.
Yeah, Glenn.
So, yeah, the meter
All the meter box.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Well, I'll be here tomorrow
That's
to get the
4.
540 for the one I got to do.
You better get your facts.
I'll be here at 8.
Yes, get it done.
437 for the meter box alone. Could you go back a slide?
Yes.
That was mine. $1,500 for the water.
Well, so Glenn, what I pulled up, like you can, I can't remember, it's Baco puts it on, but you can look at rates across the state, and all smaller municipalities kind of look about the same because our rates are much higher than municipal areas just because of less people. But on their 2024 report, they got the average for water they've got 2 fees to it. They got a connection fee, and then they got a capital recovery charge. But the water was $3,039. The wastewater was $4,109.
Oh my God.
And then they had, I'm not sure what these capital recovery charges are, but we don't have anything like that. Capital charges for buying into existing systems are charges that are recognized in the cost of adding capacity to the system. That's a capital recovery charge.
Oh, wow.
Right, they're showing the state average is like 5,000, so the combined charges for the average was 5,257 for water. The median, so the middle number, was 4,500. So we're still below the 2024 state median
Right.
based on Baco's reporting.
We're almost at the low.
Well, the low,
It's 250, so.
250 over here, yeah. The highest was 18,444.
What was that? That's
Probably,
pretty-
yeah.
No.
They use gold.
So you're still not breaking even there, right? Now, it's a shock factor because of the change in like the delta there, but
So it was like $13.98, I think, is what that was, so. I mean, this does not include any, like town labor, equipment use. So if you're only talking material, then we would make about $102 on a three.
But by the time you go
the
install
three-quarter.
one, there it is. You order one, that takes time, and all that, yeah.
It also changes the calculus Tazewell with their repairs on this building on Main Street, right? I mean, initially, we looked at it, and doing, it's like a $3 million investment, which they're waiting on capital. But we were talking like $30,000 for the water taps, and now that's increased, 3 times, right? So now we're talking about 90,000. So our that deal it expired at some point, right? Because, the concept behind that was utilizing the change in the property taxes to come out to break even after like 2 years. But that's just something that I see immediately being impacted by a changing rate.
So on that invoice, can you go back to that? Okay, the meter box is only $75.
The box.
Right.
The plastic.
I thought you said $400. Is it?
The
No.
V4 usage meter,
Yeah.
Oh, a meter, yeah, the meter, I get that.
Well, I mean, the cost is what it is.
Yeah.
I hate to put down on our citizens that, we're setting at 540 and we're just gonna jump it up.
but you're putting it on one way or another. You're
When
just,
we're putting it on with water bills and sewer bills.
what I'm saying is, well, I mean, that's usage based. But either you pay 1,500 or you pay 500 and the rest of us pay 1,000.
I'd rather the rest of y'all pay it
I hear you.
every time.
It's kind of like the old,
My house.
well, either you're going to pay for it through property tax increase or you're going to pay through it through usage
Yeah.
increase.
Well,
Like,
what if, so are we mostly concerned about the sticker shock?
Yeah, I think.
Could
that's
we do an
actually-
incremental situation?
I mean, based off the fact that we're doing 8 a year, at this rate, you could step it up
I
pretty
mean,
slow.
we could. I wanted to have this for you all, so you could see like, hey, this is actual cost.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as it hurts me to say it, I'm always a proponent of you gotta pay your bills and not be in debt as the United States thinks we can do.
Yeah, but then we don't get a fire truck.
I mean, a $1,500 rate, sorry, Danny, I think it has to be done because we're not paying the bill.
If you're gonna raise it that much, raise it to where you make money. I'm not in it to break even.
All right, let's do 1,800.
I'll do 2,000.
Oh, shoot. So.
What does the county charge?
Oh,
I don't know.
Same 3/4 line? CTS?
Hold on.
You don't wanna do things to break even.
yeah.
You just kick the can.
Well, you definitely don't want
I mean,
to lose money.
governmental ones kind of do.
Yeah.
I mean, most other municipalities, I'll forward this over to you guys, but, just scrolling through.
They're making money.
17,
Yeah.
Now
it's all
with
weird.
the
Oh,
water,
it's 17?
1,750
Oh, that's the county?
is a 3/4.
Oh, well, 15's,
You're into 2,000s on everything.
I don't
You see
know.
that?
I think breaking even is,
Is that right?
So it's-
Water
That's
tap.
a 10.
1750. Okay, and then
Here's
sewer
town.
tap storage was
Or
9.
some of those towns are.
boy,
which,
For the
So when you do the water, the
Basically,
meter is the expensive piece, whenever you do the
So the
sewer.
meter, like when you look down in your box, there's that meter that has where the water comes in from the town and the water goes to your house.
Yeah.
That big thing that looks like what's on the side of your house, it runs and it has a scanner on it now, correct?
Original.
Yeah.
So
They never,
Williams,
they don't even write it out.
Williams able to take a digital scanner instead of
Glass
having it in a
screens.
box. So I can understand that.
My
Let's
house,
see what Ridgeland is.
I've got a manual, so I don't have 20,000
Well,
gallon water bill.
if you determine your cost of labor in it,
Yeah, you gotta pay your meter.
then that's probably where I'd set the rate. Not really making a profit.
What's the time to install?
Depends. So you gotta determine how deep the line is. And if you're on a road with nobody coming, you can get it done fairly quickly. If not, you gotta get flaggers and then you gotta haul it off. But if you're in grass, you can use what you have. It really just depends.
It depends on location too. If you have to go through a road,
right,
cost goes up.
Yeah, you usually
I'll be here
pull
going
ones up
with
the
my
middle of the
check.
road 'cause it gets rock.
You gonna buy a couple, have credit for it?
Yeah, yeah.
No,
Free
seriously, I'm doing one, they gotta cut the road, bring me the water line. I'm gonna pay
We
for
want a
it.
couple prepaid ones for you.
I don't want to myself.
I guess the thought process is, this is a service that the town does to get you
The water.
the water that you're gonna pay for also too.
yes.
And the town also has to have that meter so they can charge you also too for the water you're also too gonna pay for.
Right.
So I guess, but I think looking at what the county charges is really helpful. Yeah, well, I mean,
Their PSA's not breaking even either. Like, that's one of their major expenses.
we can all agree what we're charging now is crazy prices.
I think 1,800.
Come on now. Yeah.
If that's honestly what we're gonna do, I say 1,800.
Go.
And I don't wanna do that to somebody, but I mean, we gotta pay the bill.
So that's for like a 3/4, 1,800, so that would be an increase of 300 from what's recommended. So why are you recommending
I-
300 increase on the rest of it too?
If that's what makes us break, or above even, yeah.
Okay,
I mean, essentially, what you're saying, because that was a, what, 1350 quote, right? Right.
Well, and that's just for,
1368.
that's just the
68.
equipment.
So
That's not anything but the equipment.
Right,
That's
so,
what-
so what we're saying is
I'm sorry, Michael.
450, what, yeah, 450 roughly,
So we're still,
over that for labor,
yeah, we're still eating some of the labor.
Yes,
right? So
I like,
450,
yeah,
450 over your quote.
the break
For labor.
even, yes,
Because
but, yeah.
installing a 1-inch line is not going to be that much different than installing a 3/4-inch line. I mean, it'll be heavier,
No,
but
it's just
that's not going
materials.
to, you got to dig a little extra.
What happened? Oh, never mind.
Yes.
The water line's supposed to be 18 inches down with that's a frost line, so you'd have to dig it like
Another extra
18
quarter
inches
inch,
and
right?
an inch.
Yeah.
You gotta
An extra
run it-
shovelful.
You gotta run it a second longer.
But I guess what I'm saying is take your material cost, add 450
Wow.
for labor to do that. I think that's, or if you could do an analysis on how much it costs, your average one, average labor,
You're looking at that 3 to 4 man crew, the backhoe, and a dump truck, 2 in the hole.
I guess direction would be, it should be at least break even.
okay.
As close as, you can't.
We can revisit. I will get more pinpointed for I'll get them to get more quotes.
I'm asking
For
about
anyone.
Ridgeland's. I was told that he'll let me know tomorrow, Ridgeland's what they charge.
Okay,
what was it?
How much?
He'll find out tomorrow what
Oh,
Ridgeland's.
Oh,
Yeah, and yeah,
Woodfield was 450. 450?
And we charge
$450?
Yeah, so was Pulaski. Town of Buchanan, which I like that town.
Oh, wasn't he? I ain't gonna forward it to you guys, but our neighboring towns are about where we are on current price.
Current prices? Oh.
Well, we will revisit, and if that's okay.
Yeah.
I think I've got maybe 2 more slides. And we're done. Okay, I got you. Do you want me to tell you why I got you, Dan? Because council has already voted on this. So water rates, hold on.
So these go into effect in 27?
We,
I don't know what my problem is, but this is supposed to say water rates. I do know what my problem is. I did find and replace. I did find and replace. My bad. That's why. But this is water. So these rates were voted on in 2024. When did you come here?
24.
Okay, these rates were voted on in 2024. This is the last year that we have pre-approved rates. And again, I know it says sewer, I'm sorry, it is water, this is water. So your FY27 rates are going to be $30.97 for 2,000 gallons. Your overage rate, and this is in town, your overage rate would be $12.15. Your water out of town will be $45.41 for 2,000 gallons, and your overage rate will be $18.76.
What is it now?
Right, it's the current rate.
Yeah.
And we raise those to pay for the
Route 460
Route
project.
460 and the,
And the next slide is your sewer, and it is for your wastewater treatment plant upgrade. So there is your sewer fund.
That's not so bad.
Again, it's the same thing. This was voted on in 2024. We have consistently raised the rates in order to sustain our projects that we have. And your current rates will be increasing in 2027 to $33.83 for in-town. That's for 2,000 gallons. Your average rates will be $15.89. Your sewer out-of-town rate, $50.51 for 2,000 gallons, and your average rate is $22.
See, I'd rather pay $1,500 for a water tap and not charge the citizens more for water.
well, these rates
Right.
had to go up to do this.
Yeah.
And it actually, we did it twice, and it was because we had it budgeted at one price, and then COVID happened, and then it increased. But by delaying it, we increased it, we were able to build that initial LGIP money up based off the interest and everything. So we have a good start, and we
Yes.
should never get behind on this project because we got out in front of it. And then the other thing is, our water line system is incredibly old. And
You want to talk about all? We need to replace Riverside, Fairground.
right, but all that costs money,
Oh, I know.
and what we were charging with the labor rate increases, the construction cost increases, like, it's what we had to do to be able to afford to replace some of those lines.
But then when you find out you're eating $1,000 on every tap,
There's not that many.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
Well, 8,000.
pennies count.
So that's all I have for you guys
Actually, they don't.
tonight on this. I do have one more question. And it's just a opinion question. So last summer, there was some concerns on our mowing crew and being able to keep up with everything that they had. So we made the decision to advertise for mowing services. I don't know about you all, but I got a lot of compliments on the services that they did. We had 3 different companies and they did 3 different areas. So moving forward to mowing season 26, do we want to look at doing something like that again for those streets? And it was specifically on Fincastle from Dial Rock, right there at Pop Shop, out to 460. Fairground Road, and then all of Riverside Drive.
Well, the one at the pop shop was not what I wanted. I want that to come from the exit all the way to the intersection at Harding.
Okay.
I don't want it to stop at the pop shop. That's very little grass, really.
Okay.
You bring that one all the way to the intersection at Harding. And again, I think you put it out there, and if you get the same kind of pricing, I think it saved us money.
Well, do we want to look at doing that, or do we want to look at the lake? Have the lake on a 21-day rotation, and then air crew takes care of all the street. The lake is what, this is what I have asked and what I've been told. Why are we not able to keep up what we used to?
You cannot do that lake every 21 days and have it look good, especially early. Later on, if you were to have, like a heat wave and the grass slows down, yeah. But if you just do that lake every 21 days, it's going to look off. And I don't think it's fair to the people doing it because it's so much harder on the men and their equipment.
So what I really am interested in is your thoughts, streets versus lake.
How many guys are going to be working at the park besides Ken?
So I do have in the budget for next year to get a part-time person for maintenance, that 24 hours a week. That would be in addition to Kenny and Rodney.
But we were not able to keep those part-time maintenance positions filled last year, right?
So we didn't have another person out of the park, but we did have on the mowing staff.
Gotcha.
I think there was 6 on the mowing staff. So
That takes a long.
it is.
I think it doesn't do anything to get the bids, but I think you started out at every 2 weeks, because you know how it is. And then what if you do it every 21 days and it rains for the next 7 days? So then you hadn't done it for a month and it's going to be a jungle.
Are you talking about the lake?
I would get bids on it. It's nothing wrong with getting bids if they're not what we want.
I'm pretty sure we did these like every other week.
Yeah.
And I really do. I think every one of them did a very nice job.
Yeah.
Every 2 weeks will keep it.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, there was one that we got a really good deal with.
Well, they're-
They weren't bad, really.
Those were
All of
cheap
them.
bids.
Right, and I think because I talked to one of the guys that got one, he said one of the other ones was like, he spent a whole lot of time, he was like, there's no way he can make money on that.
No.
I can tell
The
you
guy
that
that did Fairgrounds Road,
Is that the one? Yeah, that was,
what did $500 and some odd dollars?
maybe 550.
I'm not unloading. I am not unloading.
This is on video, so our competitors may be
Oh,
watching
I'm
some
sorry.
spring quotes,
Yeah, ain't nobody watching.
So would we like to put out an advertisement to have our lake mowed
Yeah, I think you
in
get
2 weeks?
that. 2 weeks.
on Kenny, like, I don't quite understand how this, like, we're stacking more, we're trying to do more in terms of recreation. Historically, rec department leader was used for all sorts of general labor as opposed to maintenance and directing recreation. How do Kenny's responsibilities stack up with what we're doing in addition to whatever he's gonna do at the park? Basically, we're not gonna burn him out this first year, are we? Like, you think we're stacked up appropriately?
I can tell you that I know that some of our public works staff have been going over to help, like set the ice rink up, take the ice rink down, that type of thing. So when it's a bigger job like that, there have been extra hands. I do know that there is a council member that would like us to hire more staff out there. And if that's something that we need to do, I'm absolutely open to that. Now is the time for us to look at that.
Well, the thing about hiring more staff now, if they're not going to mow and weed and stuff, don't overstaff. But let me ask you this. So the mower that flipped last year,
Yes.
did we replace it? It's a yes or no question.
I don't remember. There
thought we
there
did.
is a new mower. We did get a new
But
mower,
then
but
you
I
get
don't
one
know.
that kind of designed for that terrain.
I'll have to ask and find out. I do know that we got a new mower,
Okay, but
but I don't know that it was that particular mower we replaced.
I think one of the bigger problems is we let it get too long. That was slick.
Well, again, if you go 21 days.
I can tell you that one of our tractors bit the dust a couple weeks ago because we were trying to clear snow. It bit the dust.
Was it a smaller one or big?
It was a little red, massive Ferguson. I think it was like a 2007. Is that what it was?
Yeah, I think so.
So,
So, I got one follow-up on the water fees and capital improvements, and I brought it up a few weeks ago in a council meeting. We were talking about like the charter, when we update, stuff like that. And the planning commission producing a 5-year capital improvement plan, it's in the code. We don't implement it. And we were talking about the fees that we have set now, and we don't really have a strategy for what comes next. I know these projects are in front of us, but well, one option, this is, I'm not saying I believe in this, but I'm throwing it out there. So we always have rates set to match the current need of the project, but we don't have funds set aside for future capital improvements. So we got two problems. One, you don't have future funding. Basically, we make money, right? We invest it, or what the local government investment pool is good for, but we don't have a game plan for what's coming next in our capital improvements, and then different projects like maybe sidewalk maintenance in front of where, park's gonna be hops ahead of, maybe we should be doing a water project instead. I do think pushing the planning commission to actually implement what's in the code we're supposed to be doing and have a 5-year comprehensive capital improvement plan that's renewed every year so we know exactly what's in the stack would give us better direction in how to prepare for that when it comes to setting rates. And we're not doing it with our back against the wall. When it comes time, we're like, okay, now this project's $2 million more than it was originally priced. So now you got to set your rates for the next 3 years. That's how that occurred. But I don't know if you set something on there like $1 for capital improvement, and you've got your daggone high water bill, but you've got a plan in place to fund the future projects. Or you lead off by having a capital improvement plan that's pushed by the planning commission.
So we had discussed, it's an IRF fee, infrastructure repair fee. If we did $1 water for every person, that's $12 a year, and it comes out to almost $25,000. You do one for water, one for sewer, and that's $25,000 that you have to go toward replacing your lines that need to be replaced.
And, if you do that, if you delay your next, we're already delayed in maintenance, but if you delay that and you let it grow at 4%, then the LGIP is probably going to come down a little bit. But that reduces the burden on fees in the future by funding it now.
Is that something that you all would be interested in learning
No,
more
I
about?
hate the water fees. But we don't, I don't know that we don't have a plan right now for future projects. And what we're going to be doing is raising fees to set those. And everybody's going to be bummed out about it because there's going to be a fee increase year after year. I don't know what your alternatives are though.
I think if you did that, you would have to do it like, basically be like, all right, we're going to do this for 5 years before we ever touch any of these funds and let it. Because $25,000 is going to get it open one bus to water plant.
Yeah.
Currently, the Tazewell County PSA infrastructure fee is $5 for water and $5 for sewer.
So it's like you got that on top of your property taxes went up because your houses were reassessed. Like, I don't see a way around feeling like I'm beat to death within the town.
Well, the heart of my Aunt David, it's not me that I'm worried about. It's the people on fixed incomes. I mean, of course, I go mow a yard and can make up the fee, whatever, but people that are retired, that count their dollars, know what they're gonna have, and we stick another fee in it, that's not what they were waiting on.
Well, keep piling on.
Right, but your alternative is to have no capital improvement plan. Or no plan in place to fund your future capital improvement needs that have already been deferred. Like, those are the two hard places that we're positioned in.
I get that, but I'm not for raising the water.
Well, you will when it comes time to do the next, you'll have to, when it comes time to do the next capital improvement project.
It'll have to be a bigger project like the Route 460 water line. It'll be bigger ones and our hand will be forced and we'll have to raise it.
Yeah. I don't have the solution to it. I'm just highlighting what I think is a problem in this town, and it's a problem in all small towns across Virginia and the rest of the United States, is deferred maintenance. And then how do you fund that? And the other problem we got is we can't move funds across, right? You can, and I don't understand that quite well enough. So if you set your property tax rates, you have a surplus. Say, for example, like last year, we had $450,000 surplus in the general fund budget. We can't move that money across budget lines to fund future capital improvement projects for your water and sewer lines.
So what was our true-up bill with the county this year?
Like the one that we're doing right now, we haven't gotten,
We haven't got it yet.
not yet.
And then when they outsource that, and that's a big problem for us potentially in the future, if the county outsources to a private business water production, we're buying water from the county, private businesses are in it to make profit, like our fees are going to get jacked up by that down the road. And everybody I talked to at the county so far says, no, it's not going to be an issue, they're going to lock in rates. And it's not a done deal yet, but they can't see a reason not to do it because county PSA is a tough budget item for them. But I do know, moving forward, that's a big concern to the security of our already high water rates. It's a tough spot. It's a tough spot. Hang on. Doesn't sound like we're going to be doing, what did they call it again?
Infrastructure repair fee.
I hate to do it, but if it's what's necessary, it's what's necessary.
I mean, we don't have to make a decision on it tonight, so if you want to take time and consider kind of all methods of it. And maybe there's another idea out there that we haven't thought of. I don't know, but I completely agree with what Zach is saying. And I completely agree with what Glenn is saying. There are lines that need to be replaced.
Well, can we start with getting the planning commission to like abide by our rules and our code and set up let's set a 5-year plan, try it out, see how it wears.
Okay.
And that way, just the same way that we're doing with the comprehensive plan, we've got an idea of what we're actually prepping for so we can budget it for you.
I mean, on Riverside and Fairgrounds, when you fix a leak, there's going to be another leak. I don't know how many clamps I put on Fairground, and that was, what, 2008 to 2010?
That's what we're saying, if you don't.
No,
That's going to be the.
I get it, but, I mean, the thing is, we've known this under 2 town managers in the past, and we didn't prepare for it at all.
But it's the same reason. None of the council members who are there want to shoulder the burden of being the ones who are responsible for jacking up the
I just want
fees.
to make sure we check all avenues before we jack up fees, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
We can only do what we have to do.
Now that everybody's happy, let's,
Everyone in on
Motion to
it?
adjourn.
I second.
Did I have a motion?
Oh, motion to adjourn.
Motion,
Second.
second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion carries. We are adjourned.